All right, ready from Rink 4, second semifinal in the gold division here at Squirtacular 2024. This is Duluth in the green and Prior Lake in the yellow. Jeff Pappas with you, and we are underway. And that's Duluth playing down the far side and played on into the zone behind Prior Lake goaltender Graham Sterling, number 35. Easton Lair in goal for Duluth, wearing 32. And Prior Lake, Henry Stearns, number 15, behind the net. Plays it off to the far side, and Jackson Volpe tries to play it up the wall and does get it out to center. And Easton Krenzen plays it back in, but it's offside. There's all kinds of Duluth hockey names here. Henry Christ, Oscar Mills, Graham Licari, Leo Sandelin, Easton Krenzen. If you know your Duluth hockey, you're familiar with all those surnames in any event. Now played back into the Duluth zone to the left, and Giovanni Pacenda plays it up the wall. It's held there by Parker Barbera for Prior Lake. Finally does come out to center ice. Backhanded pass, Max Neist, number 4, to the right side, and Prior Lake will come back in. Here's a drop to the right point for Neist. He plays it down the wall, and Prior Lake going after it now behind the goal. They'll shove there behind the net, and now played around behind on the far side for Henry Christ. Now played to the high slot area, and we're going to get a penalty coming up here on Prior Lake on Dominic Iaria, number 21. That would be for a body check, as Prior Lake will be shorthanded. Moline plays it in. The puck is touched, and now the penalty will be called after a minute and 37 seconds, and it will put Duluth on a power play. Winner of this game plays Hermantown tomorrow at 11 o'clock for the division championship. We're at a championship Sunday here at Squirtacular 2024. And now picked up by Prior Lake, and they take it straight up the middle. And here, and back checking there before Noel could get a shot away. Nice piece of work there from Nolan Everson along the far boards. Now, finally played out to center, and then shot back in by Tucker Norgren. Now playing around behind the Prior Lake goal. They've got 25 seconds to kill. And behind the net, Stearns plays it behind the goal and then got it back. Then lost possession. It's reversed on the near side, and now here's Norgren going after it for Prior Lake in the corner. So play it up the wall for Bryson Knoll, and it's out to center and into the Duluth zone. 8 seconds in the power play as Krenzen comes back behind the goal. Feeds it around on the far side for Christ, and that's intercepted. Prior Lake plays it back towards the goal, and it's scooped up and left there by Easton Lair behind the, or in the Duluth goal, I should say. They're back at full strength now. Norgren, Stone, as Prior Lake, I should say, comes back to full strength. And Duluth backhands out to center, and it's picked up there by Norgren. Tries to carry in and couldn't get in past the blue line. Now played across. And Oscar Mills plays it all the way back into the Prior Lake zone to the right. Christ goes after it there for Duluth, and now players down behind the net. Christ gets it and now maneuvers in front of the net, and the puck is picked up and cleared by Gilbertson for Prior Lake. That was an important intervention there as Leo Sandelin goes behind the goal for Duluth. Up the near side. Everson plays to center, and that's intercepted by Jackson Volpe. Now Prior Lake turning, and here's Blake Stone over the line. And plays it down towards the corner, and Sandelin there. Around on the far side for Christ. And that is played back by Mason Wolf for Prior Lake with a much bigger roster. They have 4 extra skaters, or 4 more skaters than Duluth, I should say, as they have 4 spare forwards and 2 defensemen. So a lot of ice time for Duluth players certainly, as Christ picks it up and starts back. Plays to center, and it's now into the Prior Lake zone. Logan Berryman will backhand it back to center ice. And now Sandelin feeds over on the left. Prior Lake there to pick that up with Iaria right out of the penalty box. And now it's picked up on the right side by Barbera. And he tries to play it into the zone. Stop there. Penalty coming as Gilbertson tries to come in front. Duluth touches, and now Prior Lake will get a power play. It's going to be I believe it's a rough. We'll see. As heading into the penalty box is Pasenda for Duluth. 60 seconds worth of power play for Prior Lake. Scoreless game as we approach the halfway mark of the first period. 2 more games to go here tonight. Coming up next, Chaska Chanhassen and Edina, followed by Orono and Blaine as the puck is played all the way back. Now played around in the Prior Lake end. And the last 2 games are the Squirt Bees, the Silver Division semifinals. Now played ahead, and here comes Prior Lake. Breaking to center. 20 seconds to go in their power play. They close in. Here's a chance, and a sprawling stop by the goaltender, Lair. Nice play against Knoll and stopped him cold. And now played over to the near side, and it's going to wind up, played back behind the net. On the far side, Holcomb to the right point. And then shot wide of Lair's goal. As the penalty expires, Duluth is at full strength.
Duluth full strength.
And loose in front, Knoll with a chance, and they wound up poking it wide. Now Holcomb, loose in the high slot, score! Knoll, and I think he deserved that one as he had worked very hard on that shift. And Bryson Knoll scores the goal. It comes at 5 minutes and 54 seconds of the first period. And it's 1-0. And Finnegan will come on to take this draw for Duluth against Neist. And Prior Lake in control, having scored the first goal.
Scoring for Prior Lake, number 19, Bryson Knoll, assistant number 10, London Holcomb. Time for the goal.
Holcomb getting the assist on Knoll's goal. Now played deep into the zone by Moline. And picked up now by Neist. Pass rink wide to center ice, and here comes Volp. He's over the line and dispossessed there by Pasenda. He's trying to fend him off with one arm and stick handle with the other. And now back into the Prior Lake zone. Wolf. Now it's bouncing at center ice, and Neist has it. Swatted into the zone by Christ, and now Prior Lake will come back for it deep in their zone. They reverse up the wall for Volp, and they can't get out. Duluth controlling a centering pass to the near side. Moline can't handle it. He has to come to the wall on the near side. And he goes behind the goal. Moline comes around, wraparound attempt, loose at the right edge, and Sterling traps it for a faceoff with 5 minutes and 6 seconds to go. 1-0 Prior Lake. Knoll with the goal at 5:54, the opening period. Well, he scored first, but you could ask White Bear how that went for them as they scored the first 2 in the other semifinal against Hermantown, and then Hermantown came back with the last 4 and won the game, and now we have a Prior Lake player shaken up against the boards. On the far side, that's Holcomb. Gets up and he heads off for the bench, and he's in some distress. And now behind the goal. Comes over to the far side. And finally out to center, where Everson will turn it back for Duluth. Now played to the wall, and Soren Peterson plays it into the zone. And Berryman behind the goal for Prior Lake. Comes to the near side. 4.5 minutes to go in the first period, and it comes out to center. Now played across by Mills. And now on the wrong side, Lakari. And he could not play it. Now loose at neutral ice. And Graham Lakari plays it on in. Now behind the goal, Berryman for Prior Lake. The spin move to get away. Now plays up the near wing, but Stearns unable to make the touch, and now it's back deep again into the Prior Lake zone. And picked up there by Christ. Henry Christ leaned on there by Berryman. Puck comes out, and Prior Lake will play towards the right point and gave it away. Here's Christ taking a shot, and that's blocked. It went off Chase Arrett for Prior Lake. And now comes out to center ice where Krenzen has it with 3:40 to go in the first. Played back into the Prior Lake zone. And, played back behind the net now for Holcomb. And he is taken out behind the net, but gently, of course. This is youth hockey as it's played on into the zone. And Knoll, the goal scorer, chasing after it with Pasenda. And Knoll just bounced off him, and it comes into the near side corner. Now up the wall, Moline. He can't control it. Knoll drops it back. Here's Gilbertson closing in. He takes the shot, and a glove catch by Lair and a face-off. As Sam Gilbertson came in with intent from the left point and let go about the top of the circle to the right of the goaltender as he looks at it. And a face-off to the right of the Duluth goal. And here is Norgren in deep. And now it comes up the wall. Duluth trying to clear out through Everson. Puck loose, and it's played back in offside by Gilbertson with 2:56 left in the first. And now Prior Lake in possession over to the far side. And they play it into the zone. It comes up the slot, and that's picked off. And Duluth comes back down the near side with Everson. Got around the defender, and then he shot it high. Comes over to the far boards. And move by Lakari there, shoves his opponent to the ice and picks up the puck. Now to the right point, Sandelin. His shot is deflected, and it goes wide off the stick of Stone, and now the puck is played with a high stick. And we'll get a face-off. And that one's going to come all the way back as Duluth adjudged guilty, and will come back to the left of Easton Lair with 2:20 left in the first period. Now from the face-off, it comes in front, and Duluth in control. And down the wing they come with Krenzen. Throws it in front, intercepted there, and cleared ahead. And they got a player behind the defense. It's nice. Then a hustling play there by Oscar Mills to take the puck away from him. Now a right wing pass, and that's on the wrong side of Moline as he was backing up. Going to go the length of the ice, and Duluth, instead of getting a breakaway, will be charged with icing, which is kind of the opposite of their intent, and we'll go back for a draw with 1:52 remaining in the opening period. We have a penalty against Prior Lake as well. So the faceoff will come outside the Prior Lake blue line. And it's Nice that's in the penalty box. But cleared around on the far side, hustling after it there is Wolf. And he comes out second best there as it comes around to the near side, and Arrett has it for Prior Lake. He goes back around to the other side where Wolf again in the corner, this time his first choice, and then he's taken in against the boards. And they'll dig it out. Centering pass, stick by the goaltender to the near side. Played back to neutral ice, and Sandel in there with a turn, now plays it ahead. It's going to run into the Prior Lake zone, and they will pick it up. Played over to the near side for Chase Arrett, and he will bank it off the glass and ahead. It gets past Barbera and goes the length of the ice, and that's going to be icing on Prior Lake. So we'll go back for a face-off. 20 seconds left in the power play for Duluth, and of course at this level, you are not allowed to ice the puck while shorthanded, so the face-off will come back in the Prior Lake zone. And get everybody squared away here. Now they drop the puck. Prior Lake in control. And carrying here is Knoll down the wing. Knoll, he split two defenders going right in. And then it was knocked away. Boy, that was a nice move by Knoll. And now picked up by Stearns as Prior Lake comes back to full strength. Goes behind his goal with 47 seconds to go in the period. And now Stearns down the wing. He puts on some speed. And it's knocked off his stick at the hash mark, dropped it back to the left point, and it bounced over Gilbertson and back deep. They have to come all the way back for it, and here's Berryman behind the net. 30 seconds to go in the first period. And a pass is behind Stearns, but runs into the zone to the left, and Knoll will come onto it. Now Gilbertson, 19 seconds to go, comes in front, and Knoll with an opportunity, but it ran off his blade at the moment of truth and winds up in the right corner. Now, Gilbertson looking to come in front, and he leaves it in the circle for Holcomb. He spins back. Now, centering pass is intercepted, and Duluth will come to center. Christ over the line, and that's the end of the first period. And our score is Prior Lake 1, Duluth nothing. And we'll take a break and come back in 60 seconds.
Brew Pub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brew Pub Lotta Matza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brew Pub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brew Pub Lotta Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
Generally speaking, water is a better fluid to use to rehydrate with. A big part of the importance of hydration is hydrating before the race rather than during the race. So, the hydration before a long distance race in particular really starts the day before the race, probably almost 24 to 36 hours before the race to be completely hydrated.
Brew Pub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brew Pub Lotta Matza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a
Rink here in Blaine. Rink number 4, Ramsey County Arena, which is home to the Mounds View Mustangs. On the banners on our right, and the Irondale Knights on the banners to our left. Prior Lake comes in from the faceoff, and it's Stearns forced off in the circle, and it runs towards the right point, played down by Wolf. And Duluth getting the puck there. Pasenda in the corner, lost out behind the goal to Stearns, and now played to the right corner. And Stearns again trying to come in front. Stearns then lost possession, and then Stearns puts a shoulder into Christ, and here comes Duluth back to center ice, and it's Moline, and he goes down in the left corner. And Prior Lake will start back, and here comes Henry Stearns. Over the line, Stearns crisscrosses with Holcomb, and now comes around in the circle. Sharp angle shot at the outside of the net. Stearns got it back, and then could not play it in front. Finally cleared on out to center, and Wolf has it for Prior Lake. Chops it up the boards for Norgren. And finally back into the Prior Lake end. And here's a shot that winds up going wide from Henry Christ. And now Duluth in control. Everson behind the net. Lost it in the circle to Stearns. Tries to carry to center and finally does. Lost the puck though, and carrying on now is Krenzen for Duluth. Back over the line. Krenzen cuts towards the slot. He shoots and hit the outside of the goal to Sterling's right. Now controlled by Prior Lake. And finally played ahead. That's going to go into the zone, and a wave off icing as Prior Lake gets a change. And now played ahead, rink wide to the far side by Lakari. Now Duluth regrouping at neutral ice. A pass for Martinson over the line, and that's broken up. Cleared all the way down the ice. And that is going to be icing against Prior Lake. 10 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the second period. Prior Lake leading 1-0 on the goal by Knoll at the 5:54 mark of the first period. And again, the winner plays Hermantown tomorrow in the finals. Might have a Old North final if Duluth can come back. Well, we would have an Old North final, not might. And now played to the right point, and here's a shot that goes wide from Martinson at the right point for Duluth, and now loose in the corner. Finally comes up the wall, and Duluth is able to pick it up. Here's Krenzen on his backhand. Shoots, toe save there by Sterling, who was leaning to the left and had enough to stick out the pad and make the stop on Krenzen, who now plays it right back in. Rink wide to the far side. Berryman after it there along the wall. He plays it ahead, and it comes out to center. And on the turn now for Duluth is Mills. Plays it, and that's picked up there by Berryman on the wall, and now they'll battle for it there. Finally carried in by Christ. And Mills now played around behind the goal. Boy, Mills and Christ, a couple of Duluth East names that are very familiar. Out to center, and here comes Christ back into the zone. Now cleared around on the near side. And Krenzen, speaking of which, now plays it back to the right of the Prior Lake goal. And here's Berryman playing it around on the far side. Stone chasing after it for Prior Lake. And now it winds up behind the Prior Lake goal. 8:40 to go. And it tells you how Duluth has forechecked and played here. This is only the second line shift of the period for Prior Lake, and now they're going to get a third as they are finally able to change lines. And we played 3.5 minutes, so a little long shifts there. And now here comes a step up by Prior Lake's Gilbertson over the line, closing. And Parker Barbera throws it in front, and it comes onto the goaltender, and we'll get a face-off. And now a check in front of the goal, knocks down the Prior Lake player. I believe it was Gilbertson who was swatting away for the rebound. Might have been Iaria. And we'll head off, and there is a penalty on Duluth. And that's going to bring a discussion from the coaches. And it's turning into a longer conversation now. And now it's over. And the penalty is against Shea Finnegan, number 5, and that was after the whistle. Now here's Gilbertson taking a shot, a save made by Lair. And the puck now around behind the net, and Prior Lake with a 60-second advantage, looking for a second goal. They feed to the right point. And there was a body check. That was the penalty. Now they come out of the corner. Centering pass, and loose at the right edge, and unable to steer it home is Knoll. Now cleared back out to center, and Prior Lake plays it ahead. And that's going to be intercepted, and Pasenda will carry it forward for Duluth before being dispossessed by Stearns. And here comes Henry Stearns through center. Gets past one and then lost possession trying to split the defense. Comes up the slot. Here's Gilbertson working in. He shoots. Oh, and that's a pretty glove save by Lair. And we have a cross-checking penalty coming. 17 seconds remaining in the first penalty, and looks like this is going to go against Henry Stearns. Having a discussion with the referee, and I have yet to see a player win one of those. But then I've only been calling games for 40 years. It might happen someday. So that's going to mean 4 skaters aside for 17 seconds, and then a even briefer than usual power play for Duluth of about 43 seconds, barring any other infractions. Christ from the faceoff puts it in front. Here's a chance, and coming across the face, Moline couldn't get a shot away. Now here's Barbera, and he plays it but can't get out. Christ along the wall has it for Duluth. He cuts to the slot. He shoots. Save made by Sterling. And finally, Duluth on the power play now for 43 seconds as they come back to full strength. Bouncing puck in the zone, and Neist lost possession. Soren Peterson then had his pocket picked along the wall, and now it's cleared back into the Duluth zone. Chasing after it there is Barbera. He will get there. And now in front, here's Neist, and he is knocked off the puck, and Christ comes back for Duluth. Henry Christ. Oh, a nice toe drag. Christ going in, and then was not able to finish the deal with a shot on goal. Pass ahead for Barbera, and Prior Lake back. They'll be at even strength in 5 seconds. It's Barbera over the line, and now he leaves a drop, but Neist wasn't looking for it, and he winds up having to go back behind the net with it. And back in the right corner, Krenzen plays it around on the far side. Prior Lake is at full strength. 6:14 to go in the second period, a 1-0 game. And now picked up and carried out to center by Mills. Pass to the left, Moline over the line, and they're changing. And that is at least 6 skaters for Duluth, and the referees, I think, have seen that. And we're going to get a face-off. And we're going to get a bench minor against Duluth. I think they might have had 7 skaters for a moment, and just a line change that wasn't timed quite right, and the end result is going to be a bench minor. And still having discussion at the bench. Excuse me. And now it's going to be Peterson being seated, and it'll be 60-second power play for Prior Lake. 6:01 to go. We're at the halfway point in this contest. 1-0 the score. And from the draw, as it comes back down into the corner, Stearns coming around on the near side, cuts to the slot, now leaves it. Knoll fires, save made by Lair, good stop. And it's picked up by Duluth. They clear to the line and finally back deep. And Knoll will go back for it. We come up on halfway through this 60-second power play as they come around to the near side. Knoll goes down. And now the puck picked up by Berryman. Ahead for Holcomb, to the middle, Knoll. 10 seconds remaining. The power play, and here comes Stearns over the line. Battling there with Pasenda, closing, shooting. It's up Lair's arm and rolls in front of him. Now comes to the near side, and Duluth is able to clear. And Berryman at the right point plays it down as Holcomb goes after it. Stearns cuts for the net as Duluth comes back to full strength. And now behind the net, Prior Lake buzzing here as Landon Holcomb has it in the circle. Beside the net, then gets it back on a return pass. Stearns standing in front as Knoll has it. Knoll against Christ in the corner. Finally, Knoll got away from him. Centers it. Stearns scores! Henry Stearns, and Prior Lake goes ahead 2-0. And the time of the goal is 7 minutes and 28 seconds of period number 2. And Prior Lake now with a 2-goal advantage. From the draw, Duluth in possession as Krenzen plays it ahead for Christ over the line. Knoll with the assist. And now here's Duluth in. Moline on the right. Poke check there, knocked away, and Stone tries to play it ahead. Can't. Now Moline in the corner for Duluth on the far side. And now Norgren behind the net. Prior Lake in control. 4 minutes to go in the second period. 2-0 Prior Lake as Volk feeds the left, and over the line they come. Blake Stone, and he is steered wide by Oscar Mills, and the puck goes behind the net. Duluth gaining possession. And they try to cut through and do out to center ice. It's picked up by Finnegan, a pass to the right, and now Moline spins off along the boards. And then Moline knocked in against the boards and dropped there by Norgren as the puck runs up the slot. Finally, it's poked away to the right side. Mills plays it ahead. Moline off the wall with it now, and Moline is hit by Norgren against the boards and now picked up by Krenzen. And that's picked up in front. Prior Lake trying to turn possession, and here they come. Over the line, and this is Ball with it. Playing it back behind the net. And now Volp for Prior Lake. And that's poked away and out to center. Arrett will chase it down. And he banks it off the boards. Less than 3 minutes to go in the second period. Prior Lake leading it by 2. It comes out to center. And Krenzen looking to play it back in for Duluth, and he does. But Barbera is there to break it up for the time being. Finally, Krenzen swats it rink wide. And Gilbertson chases down in the left corner. And they can't get out. Now Duluth coming in. And here's a shot that floats wide. And that was Oscar Mills, I believe. I'm not certain. Oh, that was Finnegan. He's now the puck from the left point. And Sterling fumbled the puck. Tried to make a glove save, and it came out of his glove. Now picked up there by Barbera, and he plays out to center. And he comes over the line, plays it ahead. And now Duluth going up the wall. Everson. And now picked up by Christ. And Duluth comes back. Less than 2 minutes to go in the period as Christ comes over the line. And then Christ is dispossessed. Puck comes off to the wall. Here's a shot right on from the left point by Pasenda. Now banked off the glass. Pasenda holds it in at the blue line. Plays it forward. And 2 Prior Lake players both, moved off the puck. And a centering pass for Lakari just failed to connect. And now here comes Prior Lake back. They're over the line, and this is Neist. Poke checked away from him. Now Barbera tries to play it ahead, and it's now finally played deep into the zone. And Neist will chase after it, but getting their first Pasenda for Duluth with just over a minute to go. Far side Knoll for Prior Lake. Knoll on the goal line extended. He centers it. Iaria drops to the left point. Now here's Wolf working in, shoots, and a glove catch made by Lair. And a faceoff coming up in the Duluth zone with 1:02 to go. Face-off coming up to the left of the Duluth goal. And a discussion here between the referee on that side and the Duluth players. Now from the draw, played out, and here is Christ. 53 seconds to go. Pass to the right for Moline. He shoots, and a save made by Sterling. We'll get a face-off in the Prior Lake zone. We have less than a minute to play in the second period. A 2-0 lead for Prior Lake. Winner plays Hermantown tomorrow. From the draw, it's controlled in the left corner by Norgren. Now to Stearns. Plays it ahead, and Knoll trying to get out. Now it's poked out to neutral ice, and Duluth backtracks for it. Christ at center. Poke check by Stearns. Carrying on is Krenzen. Now to the left, it's still loose. Finally swept into the zone, and here is Christ taking a shot, and he's over the top with it. 25 seconds to go in the period. And Moline along the wall. Trying to come off there, and it comes in front of the net. Picked up by Prior Lake and laid ahead for Stearns. And Henry Stearns comes back. He's over the line, getting past a couple. Stearns comes to the corner and then peels off with 6 seconds to go in the period. Comes to the right point to Berryman, who closes, and then he centers it, and there's nobody home. Moline at the buzzer gets possession, and we played 2 periods. And our score is Prior Lake 2, Duluth nothing. Only goal of the second period is Henry Stearns at 7:28. And we'll take a break and come back with the third period next here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
Brew Pub Pizza is specifically designed with the hungry in mind. It's big, it's bold, and it's outrageously delicious. Brew Pub Lotta Matza Pizza is made with your favorite premium meats and veggies, topped with over a half pound of real Wisconsin mozzarella cheese. When you're looking for the ultimate pizza adventure, when you crave a really serious pizza that brings the great Brew Pub experience, this is the one. Pick it up today at your favorite local grocer. Brew Pub Lotta Matza Pizza, the ingredients for a great time.
I think anytime you're beginning a season or beginning a new sport where maybe you haven't been as well conditioned as later in the season or near the end of the year, that's when you're going to be most prone to overuse types of injuries. That's going to be sprains and strains and tendonitis and stress fractures. And so I think it's most important to kind of slowly ramp up into an activity and build your volume in a stepwise way instead of jumping in all at once.
All right, face-off coming for the start of the third period here from Schwann Super Rink. Duluth in the green and black, working left to right in the third period. Prior Lake leads them 2-0. Jeff Pappas glad to have you along here on the hub this afternoon as Chase Arrett plays it ahead for Prior Lake from the face-off, and Duluth will bring it in over the line. Finnegan takes the shot, and a save by Sterling against the right post. And we'll get a face-off. Draw coming up to the right. And now picked up and played towards the left point as Krenzen unable to play it forward. Now controlled by Moline. He tries to drag it in front, and Prior Lake there to break that up. Now played over the line to the right by Ball, and he leaves a drop that Christ is there to pick off for Duluth, and they start back. Pass to the near side. Moline into the circle. Moline tries to take it right to the goal mouth, and it's finally picked up in front. Christ trying to shoot. His stick is tied up, and it comes to the right edge of the goal crease and finally behind as Volpe plays it around for Prior Lake back to the near side. And a pass to center. Now by Prior Lake is turned back, and here comes Moline over the line again. Moline stopped there by Stone. And it's a four-car pile up there along the boards as the puck comes up to the high slot, and it's nearly broken up by Volpe, who would have had a breakaway. Now played back into the Prior Lake zone, and Ball unable to play it out. Now controlled by Finnegan. He works right in front, and then it's poke checked away, high up the slot. A chance for Mills, and he doesn't get a shot away. A follow-up by Christ is saved by Sterling. And finally, they lose sight of the puck, and Duluth is about as fluent offensively as they've been all game here in the last several minutes. They are still looking for their first goal, trailing 2-0, but that was a good shift for them. They just did not score. And we'll get a face-off to the right of Graham Sterling. And now a pass poked out to center ice, and here's a race for it. Leo Sandelin with Barbera. And Sandelin wins it, goes back behind the net. And played ahead, and finally Barbera tries to turn it back right on the blue line, and does. Manages to put it to the left of the goal, and Lear sticks it there behind the net. Finally an outlet pass picked off by Barbera in the circle, comes back on the wall, leaves it for Berryman, takes a screenshot, and boy, Lair saw that through traffic, and I don't know how. I mean, I'm right on the line between the shooter and the goaltender there for that particular shot, and I lost sight of it, but Lear didn't, and that's what matters most. Face off to his right, 9:53 to go, and Duluth breaks out from the face-off. Down the near wing, and that is Everson, and he gets to the circle, backhanded centering pass, and Lakari couldn't reach it. Goes back behind, and Everson in the corner is having trouble there as the defender for Prior Lake had fallen. Wolf now comes in front, and Sterling holding the post makes the save. And we'll get a face-off. To the left of the Prior Lake goal. 9.5 minutes to go in the third period. Now here's a shot by Chris that is deflected wide as Knoll tried to get out of the zone and couldn't. Now out to center ice, and here comes Stearns down the wing. Knoll breaks for the net. Stearns closing in. He shoots. He scores! He snuck it in on the near side past Easton Lair, and Stearns has scored his second goal of the game, and Prior Lake now leads it 3-0. Stearns with his second goal. And it comes at 2:47 of the period. It's 3-0 Prior Lake. Now over the line. Duluth, as Chris tried to play it towards the front of the net. Now Moline in the corner. And they all fall down behind the goal. Stearns there trying to win possession, but Moline has it instead for Duluth behind the net. Chris gets up and now looking to pick it up in the corner. Holcomb and Arrett getting assists, and now a pass, and here he comes again. Stearns over the line, closing in, throws it across, and in too deep to shoot was Landon Holcomb. And Stearns had his path blocked off. So he tried the pass, and nothing came of it. Now here's Moline over the Prior Lake line. Moline forced wide, centers it, and Chris had a poke at it, backhanded shot, and that's broken up in the circle, and now Knoll for Prior Lake plays it ahead, and here comes Stearns again. Over the line, Stearns puts a move on, takes a backhanded shot, saved by Lair. Rebound, Stearns still in control on the far side, and he banks to an open point, and here's Moline down the wing. Defender closing, he shoots, and a sterling save against the right post by Graham Sterling with 7:59 to play here in the third period, and Prior Lake up 3-0. Two more games still to come, of course. Chaska Chanhassen and Edina will play next right after this game, and chance to flood the ice and then get back to it. Two more games this afternoon and evening. Now around to the near side, and Stone can't play it out, but now Prior Lake is able to carry. And at center, it is Gilbertson. Over the line, tried to center it. And that's broken up. Duluth now with 7:40 to go, trailing by 3 as it's into the Prior Lake zone. And Gilbertson will chase after it in the left corner. They play it up the wall, and Sandelin pinching. Now holds it, comes down, and finally off the glass. Sandelin holds at the right point, and now it is out to center. Played ahead and into the Duluth zone. Pasenda will chase after it. And he goes behind the net. Out the far side, now a rink-wide pass to the right, and that's going to be intercepted by Gilbertson, who stepped up. Broke up the play at neutral ice. And now into the Prior Lake zone, and is picked up and cleared. And that gets past Sandelin, who then goes down, and the puck now picked up on the near side. Everson on the turn, and Duluth comes back to center ice. They are changing, though, and they are also offside, as Finnegan was in too early on the right, and you get a stoppage in play and a face-off outside. The Prior Lake line with 6:51 to go. Norgren from the face-off lays it ahead on the left, and Barbera will tip it into the zone. Cleared around on the far side for Krenzen in the left corner. Ahead for Christ on the wall, and back to Krenzen. Now he'll pick it up. Easton Krenzen plays to center ice. Prior Lake there to take it away as Neist will play it in. And actually, no, he won't. Looked like he was going to, but Moline had other ideas, and he comes down the wing. Moline to his backhand. And now leaves a drop pass at the top of the circle. And Christ bowled over as he tried to shoot. Comes back behind the net. Norgren Plays it around for Prior Lake to Iaria along the boards, and he clears it, gets past the defender, and comes all the way back in the Duluth zone. And it won't go far enough for icing either as Krenzen comes back for it with 6 minutes to go in the third period. Pass to center, a little bit too far, picked up there by Norgren, and then cleared down the left. And here comes Prior Lake with Barbera over the line, working against Mills. Now tries to center it, takes a weird hop in front, and a shot off the post by Stearns as he was looking for a hat trick. And now Prior Lake trying to find Stearns in front again. That's intercepted, and now Duluth will play out to center ice. And here is Christ over the line, spinorama, and then he is picked up there by Mason Wolf. And now in control, Stearns along the right boards. Plays to the point. Stearns now picks off a centering pass and starts out, angling to his left. Stearns comes over the line, hotly pursued there by Martinson. Here's a shot. Ooh, and he put it just wide of the post as he dragged it back to his forehand. Now loose along the wall. Stearns goes in there against Pasenda, and Christ comes in to help out for Duluth. And now finally the puck is freed up, and now Holcomb goes down behind the net, and it's picked up in the right corner. Duluth plays up around the near boards, trying to find Moline on the wall without success. And now finally in the right corner, it's Sandelin, then reversing, tries to go up the wall. That's held in there by Norgren, but only briefly, and it comes out to center where Stearns has it. Stearns takes a swat from Christ and then plays it over the line to the right, and then Stearns lost out. Puck comes back out to center, and he is offside, so we'll get a face-off. At neutral ice, 4 minutes, and actually 4.5 minutes to go. Face-off comes at center ice. Face-off comes to the right side, and Arrett will play it ahead. Volp over the line. Volp had Stone cruising the slot, couldn't get it to him. Now it comes to the right point, and a shot there by Arrett winds up going wide. Comes around to the near side, and Martinson trying to play it for Duluth. Now it winds up in the slot, and finally Duluth does get it, and here's Mills at center. Over the line, poke checked away from him, and then a follow-up shot winds up going wide behind the net. It's picked up there and cleared around, and Prior Lake will pick it up as we have less than 4 minutes to play now. And it's banked off the boards. Finnegan tried to play it, couldn't, and Prior Lake, that's offside by about 3 feet. We wound up letting play go on as it comes out to center as Arrett trying to play it. Now it winds up back to Arrett at neutral ice. And now loose. Stone trying to play it in and can't. Now finally swept on in by Ball, and it winds up back behind the Duluth goal with under 3.5 minutes left now. And Everson a long pass to center, and that's Chris, and that wound up hitting Prior Lake's Volp, and it might have caught him high as he comes off. And now here is Prior Lake coming back. This is Neist over the line. In deep, and he tried to center. It was knocked behind the net. Chasing after it is Iaria along the boards. And now Barbera, and he can't hold it. Here comes Duluth back. And Christ, that pass is picked off for Gilbertson. Tried to go rink wide for Moline on zone entry, and now it winds up back into the Duluth end, and Pasenda back for it. 2:45 to go. Puck comes up the slot. Neist has it, leaves it for Barbera. He goes down, and the puck's still lying loose. Neist is in after it. Finally, Duluth picks it up, and they will carry down the wing. It's Moline over the line, and that is offside as well, as Christ was in too early, and this one is called, and we get a face-off at neutral ice with 2 minutes and 28 seconds to go, and Prior Lake ahead by 3 goals. Duluth has had some chances in front, but Sterling has been very good in goal for Prior Lake, and Duluth's chances have not been as of high quality as Prior Lake's. Now shot ahead by Mills into the zone, and now a headman pass on the right where Norgren gets past Holcomb and comes into the zone. And here's Stearns with 2 goals today. Stearns, a pass to the near side looking, and now here's Knoll breaking down the left as Mills took a chance and tried to pinch, and that allowed Prior Lake to clear their zone. Now loose to Stearns along the boards, who swats it ahead. It runs towards the point. Well, sweep check there by Norgren, lost, and now Duluth comes back, and it's Krenzen over the line, and it ran off his stick. Played towards the left point and controlled there by Holcomb out to center. And a side-by-side collision there as it winds up played out to center ice. And with 1:40 to go, Duluth still pitching away here. The puck comes out to center, and Holcomb controls for Prior Lake. Holcomb gets around one, comes to the blue line. Now draws a crowd and winds up taking it to the boards on that side. He's got Knoll at the left point. And Alexid is taking it against the wall. Now he centers it, and it's going to trickle out to center. And Norgren takes it out to center. With 1:19 to go, there's a penalty coming on Duluth as it's played back, and now finally the puck is touched. And now I think that's a body check call that he's making. And it's Mills going to the penalty box with 1:13 to go. So Prior Lake, on top of everything else, now has a power play for the next 60 seconds. And Duluth starts back. And the shot whizzes over the top from Pasenda. Rebound off the inboards. And a chance there for Chris that he could not convert into a shooting opportunity as we hit the last minute of play. Puck comes to Christ on the blue line and now out to center, and here comes Prior Lake back. Down the far wing, Ball looking to center it, and that is broken up and sent behind the net for Krenzen with 40 seconds to play. And looks as though Duluth will face White Bear Lake for third place in this event. A centering pass is picked off in the slot, and Prior Lake will have a date with Hermantown in 30 seconds. Now cleared around behind the net, and Stone taken in against the boards by two defenders. And now Ball circling in the corner, comes back behind the net. 20 seconds to go, loose to the right edge, and on Ball falls along with Christ and picked up on the near side. Duluth playing it ahead to the left point. That's going to be held there by Arrett against the boards, and with 7 seconds to go, the puck played out to center. And here comes Moline over the line. He takes the shot. That's blocked. And that's the end of the game. And it's a shutout for Graham Sterling as Prior Lake scores 1 goal in each period and moves on to the finals with a 3-0 win over Duluth. 2 goals for Henry Stearns in the second and third periods, and the game-winning goal from Bryson Knoll after 5:54 of the opening period. So Duluth loses to Prior Lake, and it's Prior Lake and Hermantown in the finals tomorrow. And Graham Sterling completes a shutout for Prior Lake to get them into the finals. So we'll take a break. We'll resurface the ice. And the player of the game is Henry Stearns for 2 goals. And it'll be Chaska Chanhassen and Edina coming up next as we take a break to resurface the ice. That is in the Silvers. Chaska Chanhassen and Edina next. We'll see you then here on the Youth Hockey Hub.